Hello everyone! Today, what we are going to discuss is all about cell types. But before we proceed to the different types of cell, let's define cell. So, what is a cell? Cell in the human body numbers in the trillions and come in all shapes and sizes. These tiny structures are the basic unit of living organisms. Cells comprise tissues, tissues comprise organs, organs form organ systems, and organ systems work. Here, we have the three types or classification, and those are eukaryotic cells, prokaryotic cells, and the specialized cell. First, let's have eukaryotic cells. What is eukaryotic cells? It is a membrane-bound nucleus, a central cavity surrounded by membrane that houses the cell's genetic. It is also a number of membrane-bound organelles, compartments with specialized functions that float in the cytosol. It is multiple linear chromosomes as opposed to single circular chromosomes of a prokaryote. And here are some examples of eukaryotic cells. This is the single-celled organism protista, the paramecium, plant cell, and animal cell. In antiquity, the two lineages of animals and plants were recognized. They were given the taxonomic rank of kingdom by Linnaeus: the kingdom protista, kingdom plantae, kingdom fungi, and the kingdom animalia. Next is we have prokaryotic cells. What is prokaryotic cells? This is the simplest type of cells that were most likely the first type of cells that formed on Earth. All prokaryotic organisms are unicellular, meaning the entire organism is only one cell. In 1977, Carl Woese proposed dividing prokaryotes into bacteria and archaea, which originally eubacteria and archaebacteria, because of the major differences in the structure and genetics between the two groups of organisms. In prokaryotic cells, there are also classification, and these are bacteria and the archaea. As you can see here, these are the examples of prokaryotic cells. And this is what an archaea looks like. Next one is about the specialized cells. So what is specialized cells? Specialized cells are cells that have a particular adaptation to perform a special task. Being specialized cells means even though they are similar, cells differ in size, shape, or function depending on their role in our bodies. Cells may be specialized for a particular function. Their structure will allow them to carry this function out. And here are the examples of specialized cells: red blood cells, white blood cells, ciliated epithelial cell, nerve cell, muscle cell, sperm cell, ovum cell or the egg cell, xylem cell, PALISADE cell, and root hair cell. These are all eukaryotic cells because they are multicellular. Red blood cell. Red blood cells determine blood type and are also responsible for transporting oxygen to cells. It contains hemoglobin to carry oxygen to the cells. This red blood cell thin outer membrane to let oxygen diffuse through easily. Shape increases the surface area to allow more oxygen to be absorbed efficiently. No nucleus, so the whole cell is full of hemoglobin. White blood cell, also called leukocytes or leukocytes, these are the cells of the immune system that are involved in protecting the body against both infectious disease and foreign invaders. Neutrophils are a type of white blood cell that ingest and destroy invading microorganisms. They have a large amount of lysosomes which contain enzymes that kill ingested cells. Ciliated epithelial cell. Ciliated epithelial cells are column-shaped cells that cover many surfaces. They have tiny projections on their exposed surfaces called cilia, which beat in a synchronized pattern to move mucus. It is designed to stop lung damage. Hair sweeps mucus with trapped dust and bacteria back up to the throat. Nerve cell. Nerve cells are called neurons. They bundle together to form a rope-like structure that branches throughout our bodies to form our nervous system. Neurons are found in the brain, spinal cord, and nerves. Their job is to send messages through an electrical impulse. Muscle cell. Muscle cells form muscle tissue, which is important for bodily movement. Skeletal muscle tissue attaches to bones, enabling voluntary movement. Cardiac muscle cells are found in the heart. These cells aid in heart contraction and are joined to one another by intercalated discs, which allow for synchronization of the heartbeat. Smooth muscle is involuntary muscle that lines body cavities and forms the walls of many organs, like kidneys, intestines, blood vessels, lung airways, etc. Sperm cell. It fertilizes an egg cell female gamete. It carries the genetic information of the male parent. It combines with the egg cell to form a new embryo. A spermatozoon, in plural, in spermatozoa, or sperm cell is the male reproductive cell that is expelled along with the seminal fluid or semen when a man ejaculates. In humans, spermatozoa determine the gender of the baby to be, which means that they can carry either the X or the Y chromosome. Ovum or egg cell. An ovum is large and bulky because no active movement is needed. It just sits and waits for the sperm to find it. It contains yolk in the cytoplasm, which provides a large food store needed for the developing young organism once it's fertilized. It contains half the number of chromosomes, which carry genetic information from the mother. This will be passed on the offspring. Xylem cell. Xylem, plant vascular tissue that conveys water and dissolved minerals from the roots to the rest of the plant and also provides physical support. Xylem tissue consists of a variety of specialized water-conducting cells known as tertiary elements. Xylem is found in all vascular plants, including the seedless club mosses, ferns, horsetails, as well as all angiosperms, or the flowering plants, and gymnosperms, or the plants with seeds unenclosed in an ovary. Palisade cell. It is designed for photosynthesis. A palisade cell is tall with a large surface area. It's found on the top side of a leaf, ideal for a good absorption of carbon dioxide and light. Both are needed for photosynthesis. They're packed with chloroplasts, which contain the green pigment chlorophyll, which is needed for photosynthesis. Root hair cell. It is designed for absorbing. The long hair cell increases the surface area of the root, which helps absorption of water and minerals. It has a really thin cell wall, which makes it easier for minerals to pass across into the root itself. So that's all. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you learned a lot from this video tutorial. See you next time. Bye!